Welcome, Shrewsbury Biscuit, everybody, on this fine, sunny Thursday afternoon even, sorry. So I'm here with Alex. I'm hosting this particular start point, but then I'm going to hand over fully to Alex. But we are at the Bloom Studios, which I'll explain a little bit more about in the moment. But first of all, let's just do a shout out to our sponsor of the month, Gin Different. Based in the Market Hall on the gallery level, where Darren can get you all sorts of gins in. They're craft gins. If you can't get them at a supermarket, Darren can certainly get them. He runs tasting evenings. He's also part of, he is, pop-up shop where they do festivals. So if you don't like gin and you want to try gin, get to one of his tasting evenings, pop into the bar at any time during Market Hall hours and taste the gin. So that's our business sponsor of the month, Gin Different. So as I said, we're here at Bloom.
The beautiful Bloom Studios.
It's a fabulous studio, absolutely. And we've got classic photographs put up as usual. But yeah, we're up at Coleham. And with us, we have got Tim King, who is the one of the organisers for the Cartoon Festival, Shrewsbury Cartoon Festival in April, which we'll explore and talk about a bit later. But obviously, recording today from these awesome studios, of which we've got the owner with us of the Bloom Studio, Kerry Jones. Hi, Kerry.
Hello.
Also with us, we have got Luke Crump.
Hello.
Hi. Doodle Man. And Luke, so what happens here at the studios is that they run a graffiti club on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Yeah. And Luke is one of the actual professional doodle artists that teaches the classes on Wednesdays.
Yep.
So, and it is a fantastic studio, is it not, Alex?
This place is amazing. I just did a Facebook Live now because I had to capture how actually beautiful this place is, and I didn't even. We were lost on the. By the way, we were
Yeah, we was wondering.
the other side of the crowd, and we were still outside some guy's house because I was like. We were like, there's stuff in the window, and I was kind of like, oh, this looks quite arty. Is this a studio? He goes, no, it's a house. So I had to text Kerry and be like, we're lost, and we was like, the other side of the crown. So, yeah.
And we're also joined here today, though she's rapidly hiding in the corner making lots of notes, but we're joined by Katie Rink from My Shrewsbury, the editor, so she's here also.
Just shout hello. So we're in line. She's actually there.
So welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Cool.
So we're here today to talk about the Cartoon Festival and things that have taken place around then, okay? Bloom Studios, how new is this place? Because it looks like it
looks brand new.
It looks brand new.
Yes, I love this place like a shiny new pin. It has a gallery feel. I like that gallery feel, sort of the black floor, so we can end up with the floor looking like a disco when the paint gets spattered on, but the white walls, they stay white, so we've got that gallery feel, and we do like the black and white with a sort of the splash of neon pink going on and other shots of neon in there. Yeah. But yes, it's become a real special place, and we're trying to really now sell it as an art hub for Shrewsbury, just creating something special for our lovely town where kids can come and enjoy, and adults too. And we want to see everybody. We want it to be an art hub. We want everybody to come. We want older children to come and educate younger children. So please, if you've got ideas out there, approach us.
Yeah.
How long has it been open then?
So it has been open now. Bloom has been going for over 3 years. I started as a pop-up event where we moved it about, so putting it up and then collapsing it. It was really hard work, but we were just working constantly towards these studio goals and having this at the end. And the studio itself will have been open 2 years in February.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's gone quickly, very quick.
That's, as I say, 2 years. You wouldn't think that, would you? Like you say, looking at it, so you obviously do keep it as clean as a pit. It is immaculate in here.
I was going to say, it's credit to yourself when your art studio is a piece of art itself.
Yeah, there is some funky mannequins with no heads, with aprons on in the windows, which is really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. So, Luke, give us an introduction to yourself and sort of what you do.
Yeah.
Let's tell people about you.
Okay. Well, my name's Luke Crump. I currently live in Shrewsbury. And I suppose the majority of my time is spent doodling, if that's the what you want to call it. But I've been probably drawing for as long as I can remember. Back in the maths, workbooks at school. It's probably where it all started. I sell at the moment. My work's probably. Yeah, so I sell it all over the world, basically,
Wow.
is the way I should put it. I suppose social media is a massive part of my work.
Ooh, which social media? do you
Which
use?
social media? Well, being a visual platform, Instagram is obviously the one I mainly use. But Facebook as well is really good, and I don't think it gets as much use as it once did. And there's always all sorts of new social media apps, like TikTok is this big new one that people seem to use. I don't know what that's about. Snapchat and all sorts. But no, I do tend to focus on Instagram and try and post regularly there what I'm up to. And I always get people messaging me if they need some support. The young budding artists seem to find me on there and ask me all sorts of questions. Which
is there any examples around town of where people can see your art? Is there anything that people can look at and go, oh, that's Luke Crump?
Well,
There could be.
there could be.
We've got white walls here, Luke.
Yeah. No, that's something I'd really like to be getting involved with, like local businesses, and there's a few I've got on my cards that I would like to be involved with. But the Cartoon Festival is coming up in April, so there will be chance to be able to see me live in action there.
Yeah. So you were saying obviously about doodling. So in terms of, you sell your artwork, in what form do you sell it? Do you sell it as is it like a book with loads of your doodles in it, or is it would it be a canvas with doodle? How does it operate? what exactly does it?
So, I operate from a bedroom / studio at the moment, and I actually sell mainly originals, I suppose, on a website called Art Finder, which is probably my online store, and a lot of pieces seem to go to Singapore and USA. Actually,
okay.
Like the big places.
How amazing! That's great.
It's really cool, yeah. But I also I like to, try different things. So shoes are one of my main...
you doodle on shoes?
Doodle on shoes, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I get permission first, and I'm just going around to one.
Randomly grabbing people in the street. Let me just doodle on you.
Under the table in some cafe. What are you doing?
Yeah. So that is also through a social media platform called Depop. If anyone wants to find me on there.
Never heard of that one
Just
either.
another one. But then, they're not used shoes, which is what a lot of people ask me.
You can do a pair of Converse for me if you like. I love the idea of doing stuff like that.
Yeah. But no, I like to try and experiment with lots of different
Biscuit shoes.
items. Guitars. I've done guitars. And,
wow.
walls.
So is it literally someone gives you something and you just do what you want, or do people say to you like they want a theme and then you just doodle because obviously doodling is literally just what comes out your head, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I do often get requests for certain kind of images or words or colours or anything like that. People do ask me, but majority of the time it is just people saying do what you want, which is really fun because you can just do what pops into your head.
You're a fascinating guy, and I'd love to, find out more about you. Absolutely, we'll get you on the show again and do like a full feature.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that. Yeah, for sure.
Let's bring the very patient waiting Tim into the conversation. Thank you for joining us again. Second time you've been on the Biscuit.
Yes, it was the Beatles weekend last time.
That's right.
And now I'm representing the Cartoon Festival.
Yeah, the Cartoon Festival's a huge event. It's massive. It's really popular as well. And I was just looking at the amount of people that, like the sponsors and the supporters that help out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys got some love in the town.
Well, we've kind of we've been here quite a long time now. I think this is our 16th or 17th festival, so we're kind of quite well established. We're making a few changes this year. Normally we have cartooning in the square, but we hit a real problem with the weather. last time, and we've been given a very nice offer by the people at the Darwin Shopping Centre to use a really big empty unit there.
Oh,
so
cool.
we can be self-contained, we can be weatherproof, we can be right at the heart of where all the people are, and we can help promote the shopping centre as well. So it's really a big plus, and it will be a lot cheaper for us to put it on, actually.
Yeah, of course.
But that's what these things are all about, though, is bringing people to the town.
And we're going to have our usual Bear Steps exhibition, which will be over a fortnight. We're going to have our big cartooning day on the 25th of April. And on the 24th, the previous night, we're going to have an absolutely fantastic event. We're going to have a live link-up with the world-famous cartoonist Ralph Steadman from his home in Kent.
Wow.
And so the audience can talk to him, ask questions to him, and then we're going to show a film all about him, which was made about 3 or 4 years ago, with the director and the producer coming along to introduce the film and talk to Ralph. And the film is called For No Good Reason, and it's all about Ralph's life and work, and his work is actually animated in the film, so it moves. It's fantastic. And you get to meet Johnny Depp talking to Ralph in his studio. Johnny Depp, yeah.
Well, there's your international link.
International link. Richard E. Grant's in it. Terry Gilliam's in it. And it's an amazing film with amazing music, and I just loved it. And I know people, it's really not been seen very much in the UK, but it's been to film festivals all around the world, and it's been really well received.
Well, because you mentioned the date, so just obviously for our listeners
the
again, what is the date?
24th of April.
Yep.
We're hoping to be at the museum on the balcony. But that's subject to confirmation. We've got most of our programme pinned down now, but we obviously have a few loose ends, and then we'll be putting it all on the website and on Facebook very soon. But it's going to look great. I think the festival's going to be really super.
And what's the advertising? So obviously going on to social media, is there any other advertising that you do for it? A bit like you did with the Beatles weekend. What are you doing for
our
the
theme is vision this year. And that's prompted quite a few interesting cartoons, because obviously the Bear Steps Gallery is partly this year the vision-themed cartoons that come in from all over the world, frankly. And then upstairs, very sadly, one of our committee members passed away, Noel Ford, last autumn, and we're doing a Noel Ford retrospective, which will include original and copies of his Punch magazine covers from way back when, Punch magazine, and other work by him. And Noel was a really lovely man, and we very sadly miss him. But we'll be on Instagram, we'll be on Twitter, Facebook, website, and in the press, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get the biscuit involved. That'd be good.
And the biscuit.
Yeah.
We'll definitely, if you'd like us to come back and talk more when nearer the time.
We'll come to you. We'll come to the festival.
We'd come to the festival.
Yeah.
Come and be in the shopping centre. We'll have cartoonists, caricaturists. We're going to put lots and lots of the cartoons that have been done at past festivals on those big sheets and on the big boards.
Yeah.
We're going to put them on the walls to decorate the whole unit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fantastic. And we're hoping to have, we're hoping to get some students involved, and they'll be wearing festival T-shirts and being out on Pride Hill, encouraging people to come in. Because obviously we want people who are wandering around the square and Pride Hill to know that we're in the shopping centre.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing about what we do is none of this stuff is powered, so we can literally bring a table, some chairs, and just record anywhere.
Yeah.
So if we're sat in the middle of the Darwin Centre, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love to get those atmospherics. That'd be great.
Definitely.
Yeah. And we have been approached by somebody from New York who would like to come. So I think we can use our international title a little bit this year, rather than being all domestic. But, the festival attracts people from all over the country, and it attracts cartoonists from all over the country, and we get great support from the professional cartoonists organisations, and the whole kind of cartoon family.
Yeah.
And we get about 30 or 40 people who come and stay in the Lion Hotel. So we do a lot of business with the Lion Hotel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we get a lot of people who come and stay in the town for the weekend. So
and
it's going to be great.
I think the important aspect here is the inspiration, because I remember as a kid, I spoke to Jamila about this on the last show, and my inspiration was sort of Garfield, them sort of cartoons, and my mum bought me this poster of all these expressions on there, cartoon expressions. I used to practice them, and I got them right and stuff, but life took me in different, But somebody walking through a festival like that, young, and they see someone that inspires them, like yourself, probably, Luke. You probably saw something when you were younger that's subconsciously in your mind there, that is your drive, and that's what this is the most important thing is bringing on youngsters to do arty things.
I had the pleasure of drawing a big board in the Darwin Centre last year, and it certainly had my little audience behind me, watching me, and I did let the the kids, have a little go with the pen if they asked me nicely. Nothing too big.
You ruined the whole.
10 hours.
We have 3 workshops that people can go to, and it's a very much a hands-on join-in.
Yeah, it's a proper immersive event,
and those take place in the museum on Saturday morning and lunchtime. And Luke's one of our cartoonists, and Helen Pointer, who comes up from down south somewhere, she'll be showing how to caricature. And then we've got a lady called Sally Ann Hickman, who will do create cute cartoon characters in the manga chibi style.
Oh, I like manga.
And I don't know what that means, sorry.
No, it's Japanese
I
manga.
apologise.
It's brilliant.
We have one on the walls, actually.
But maybe you can explain to our audience what the manga chibi. What is the manga chibi style?
Oh no, just a cartoony one that is featuring in the.
Oh,
festival.
I see. I'm with you.
It's a young lady that I was at college with, and she's really fabulous. So
Carol Davis. Yeah,
Carol Davis.
Yeah.
So she'll be there also.
Cool.
It's just become so big, and it's really a great thing that children can get involved with, because it's this simple art form that is very expressive, and it's really clever actually, because it's so precise. So those lines are very exposed. There's no maneuver for mistake. I don't draw that way, but I love having somebody here like Lukey Longlegs, as he's now known, in the studio that can do that.
Explain why you call him Lukey Longlegs.
I've got long legs.
He's about 8 feet tall.
He's very
I'm
tall.
actually 8
He's
feet
very tall.
Apparently, chibi is a Japanese slang word describing something short, a thing, an animal, or a person. This style of artwork, also known as super deformed, shorthanded as SD, has since found its way into anime and manga fandom through its usage in manga works.
Wow. Yeah, I know manga is the Japanese.
Manga is a thing,
like
isn't
really
it?
sort of sharp, angular.
Yeah.
Like it's got a bit of a cult following and that. So.
That's right. Yeah.
Different.
So I mean, our workshops have always been incredibly well supported by people, and I met a lady who brought her 2 kids up from Bristol just to come to the workshops.
Yeah.
So I feel kind of really proud that we have that kind of reach.
Yeah.
We're not just a local event. We're benefiting the Shrewsbury economy.
Which seems to happen. I've started to notice the more and more working on the biscuit and talking to people, the things that happen in Shrewsbury in terms of festivals and events like this just seem to be like people from, apart from people in the town, but there seems to be like just, we're hit with people from all over, including like, internationally as well. And it does seem to be that we seem to be that hub and centre now of like we're the place to come for people to do all sorts of things.
That's
and that's what's really amazing, I think, and even though some people still say, where's Shrewsbury? Yes, if they're not from anywhere near here.
I still quite like that we're a little bit secret.
Yeah.
And we keep, because we've got all those lovely rural aspects. But I love that. We're not quite on the map, but it is a real arty, very
definitely,
arty town, and that's great.
I was speaking to Alex Vladimirov, who used to be part of the bid. He's a friend of mine, comes on the show now and again, and I said there's got to be something in the water to create so much talent, because we are surrounded by it.
It's bread.
You're right. Yeah.
What do you think the inspiration is in Shrewsbury? What's the main thing that creates this?
That's interesting. I think it's possibly that we're on the kind of fringe of the Midlands, and it's people want to get away from the kind of that very, very highly populated central area and be out, a little bit further. And be nice, being near some really lovely countryside. We've got the Shropshire Hills here. We've got the meres and mosses. We've got the Welsh mountains are in with easy reach, and I think people like the fresh air out here as well, don't they? And it's
lots of inspiration.
And
the fact we've got links with Darwin and Wilfred Owen and some other famous people just gives us kind of a few cherries on our cake to talk about, really.
Yes.
So everybody's just.
You can say we're taking lots of pictures.
Katie and Jules are just nipping out. Well, Jules is going. I don't know if Kate's coming back.
Had enough.
Yeah, but we'll carry on chatting. It's fine. Yeah, there's so much going on. If you typed in Shrewsbury Instagram, or if you used a hashtag, there'd be so much that come up. There's a lady at the moment that's doing the drawings on the tea bags. She's amazing. I'll find out her.
Yeah.
Your doodles, your drawings. They seem familiar. Have you? Did you do the thing for Planet Donut?
No, but I have had that before quite a lot.
I bet you have, because it's quite similar.
They should have asked me. I would have done it for a free donut or two. But no, I do get a lot of inspiration from everywhere, really, I suppose, is the cliche answer. But there's like inspiration everywhere, if you know where to look, isn't there? But the artists, I suppose, that probably would influence me most are this guy called John Bergman. He lives in New York. He's a British guy. Keith Haring, he's a New York chap who's not with us anymore, but he's a massive influence, and he was all about helping. And he was kind of the reason I got in touch with Bloom, because he was all about kind of working with kids, and their energy is always so.
So how has Bloom helped you, and how have you helped Bloom? What's the relationship there between you two?
Oh well, it's gone off to a great start. We're building a nice following. He's exploded into Bloom Studio with his own little starter. So we do a bit of a warm-up. He does a warm-up where they have things out and they doodle when they come through the door. And then Luke has started what's now becoming a real craze. And we have to buy prizes for children because they just love it. But he does Bloom bingo doodle.
Doodle bingo.
Doodle bingo
Wow.
every week. And it's just, it's such a hive of activity. The children absolutely love it, get really excited by it, and he's very, very he's great with the children, really inspiring. And when they do dry up, if they're not sure what to do, Luke says, I mean, his advice is, sort of look at your surroundings. You get inspiration from just where you are, and then they're off again, and you can make characters pretty much out of everything.
That used to be my thing. I used to make, because an alien or something, it's your interpretation of whatever it wants to be.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's it's a bit like there's no wrong or right, is there? It's literally just
straight out of your mind.
That's it. Yeah.
See, my big thing at the moment is Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty. If anybody's ever watched it, if you haven't, go and watch Rick and Morty. And some of their characters are very wacky and zany
like
and things
surreal.
like And you see, they shared some of the concepts of how they get to a character. They'll draw it and then they'll do it again and add a little bit, and you've got this like tapestry of all these crazy characters that become the characters that you know and love today. What kind of inspirations are about today? What's the big thing at the moment that kids are getting a buzz off? Because you speak to these kids. What do they watch that they like to put on paper?
Actually, it's sometimes quite like old school stuff. They had a massive conversation the other night about Harry Potter, and they're all reading the books again. So, because I used to think, it's just video games. They're really into what's that Fortnite thing? Everyone's really into their video games. But trying to think what the big. I don't think there is one big thing. It's
Peppa Pig.
Yeah, maybe it's Peppa Pig.
Oh, cool. So, what else goes on here at Bloom? I mean, there's Luke here.
So we have Luke, and we also have lovely Lauren. So when I always introduce her that way because when you meet her, you know exactly what I mean. She's wonderful, another great with children. Lauren runs 2 classes a week, and she does Big Bloomers on a Wednesday. So that's for the over 10s. And she does weekend bloomers on a Saturday morning also. Okay. Yeah, so she's become a real key figure here.
So how does it work then? You bring the kids here, you take it pace more for you, and then you can sit and just doodle and take part in the classes, yeah? Yeah,
so the doodle one is Wednesday with Luke. Yeah. Big bloomers with Lauren is more sort of, it's a block booked.
Okay.
So they run concurrently through during the term. They all have their own sketchbooks. They come in, they're bright neon sketchbooks, of course, and they come in and they do lots of different topics and projects, and they're using great materials. So they're printing, they're painting, they're modelling, they do all sorts. So they're having a wealth of experience.
That's amazing. Music to your ears, though, Tim. Yeah, the Cartoon Festival and having something like Bloom here is just
I've not been here before, and it's an amazing discovery. So I'm really pleased to find it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just around the corner. I live in Bellevue, and I've got a little 5-year-old, so this is great for me. I mean,
Doodle Club on Wednesdays. More the merrier.
Doodle, yeah.
So, what's the plan for the future then for Bloom? Have you got anything ahead that you're really looking forward to, or are you just sort of ticking along and getting these things done? You know,
getting more organisation, and so that we can promote more what we're going to do ahead of time.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
It's just building and getting the right amount of people here that can do their classes. I do mine also, and create more events, just more things going on here to keep this art hub being an art hub.
And I think the Cartoon Festival will help. It will absolutely help.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are out there, we are Bloom and we are here during that festival.
I may get asked Luke if he'll wear his Bloom jumper.
Yeah, we've actually got some merch.
Got some merch now.
Yeah, some Bloom jumpers, so coming soon.
I might get a Bloom jumper off you.
Yeah.
They're really comfy, actually.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
I'm losing weight rapidly at the moment. It's really ironic, actually, because I haven't worn the shirt in over a year. Katie Rink's just been taking pictures of me, and it was a year ago when she put me in my Shrewsbury wearing the same T-shirt. So ironic. So some new merch would be great. So Tim, the Cartoon Festival, let's break it down in sort of simple dates when it all begins. Let people know. I know you probably skimmed over some of the dates.
The first thing that opens is the exhibition in Bear Steps Gallery, which is on the 15th of April, and that goes on to the 26th of April, so a couple of weeks. And as I say, the theme is vision this year.
Vision.
And so people have been sending in their cartoons, and hopefully we're going to be coming to Bloom, if Kerry will let us, to do our selection, because obviously we get far too many cartoons sent to us than what we can actually display. So we have to have a filtering process. And
I bet that's horrible.
The committee sits around and argues for 2 hours about which are the best ones. So people, and it's free to go in the gallery, and it's open every day between 10 and 4, admission free. So
cool.
That's worth seeing. And then the actual weekend, as I say, we've got this Ralph Steadman film on the Friday night, the 24th, and then we'll have the workshops on the 25th, and our sort of cartoon live event where we'll have 14 cartoonists and more caricaturists in the shopping centre from 10 till 4 on Saturday the 25th.
So it's a good event just to bring the kids.
Yeah, that's right. And apparently there's a big kind of pop festival thing in the Quarry the same weekend.
Oh, right, okay. So lots of buzz.
What's it called? Quarry Live or something? You'll have to look it up. But there's a big music event in the Quarry on that Saturday night. So we kind of ought to really cross-promote, Yeah,
that'd be good. I mean...
because it'll make a nice weekend for people.
Yes.
Well, we will cover the Cartoon Festival. I wanted to do it last year, but we had, if you remember last year, we had the Comic Salopia thing as well last year.
That's right, yeah.
And I was too busy kind of I had this linear vision of Comic Salopia, and nothing else existed. And it was just me and Shane, I think, at that point. And I was kind of I missed it. And so this year, we are going to come and give you a hand.
You'll be very welcome.
We'll set up and we'll speak to you. And, I keep saying that it's great for the kids to come, but kids get enough practice in school. I want to get your older people that kind of have lost their way, not maybe used to be able to draw. Maybe there's something inside them still. Come and have a go, because
it gets all the fun.
Yes, there are so many things, and there aren't many. What the heck kind of things for adults do. They're more sort of focused towards specifics, and so we're trying to encourage that as well here.
And there's different
Brave
styles.
the brushes.
Yeah, different things you can try. If you can't do watercolours, try something else. If you can't do, portraits, try doing caricatures. Your doodles are amazing. I love them. The way they mould into each other, they're brilliant.
They are fabulous.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
He's a whiz.
Those kids that the recent story of someone getting shouted at in school for doodling, but that could be their future.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They could be in there.
It changes.
Yeah.
Can change a lot.
And it's actually been, I think, proven to help you remember things, I think. I can't actually remember the first.
People doodle on their fridge door, don't they?
Yeah.
But I think we're getting to an understanding now that not everybody can do your typical classroom education. Writing in text. I mean, obviously you've got to try, but some people react better to like visionary things. Like with graphic novels recently, they're trying to incorporate them into education because some people will understand that more than they will reading a big book. I think it's really important to try different aspects of learning about something. Do you want to give a shout out to sort of the people that are helping organise the Cartoon Festival and some of the sponsors as well? Is there anybody that you want to say thank you to or to give an announcement to?
Sponsors is a little bit difficult now because we are in our very early stages from that point of view. But Shropshire Council is certainly giving us a grant this year. We've got great support from people like the Town Council and the professional cartoonists and the Lion Hotel. Lots of organisations do.
Katie Ring.
Do help us. The media are amazing. The Shropshire Star, the My Shrewsbury magazine, all those other magazines that are dotted around, and our printers and designers who publish our leaflets. And we get support from all kinds of people. So, I mean, our committee is partly made up of kind of non-cartoonists like me and real cartoonists. They're based, Jonathan's based in Staffordshire and comes over from Staffordshire. Tat is based in Shrewsbury and she does...
wonderful.
Tat does the cartoons in the My Shrewsbury magazine and does all kinds of stuff, and you can spot her on Instagram if you want to go and see what she does.
She's, Tat, I learned she supports us. Yeah, she's amazing.
And you can buy her stuff in the museum shop as well, with various items with her cartoons on. And she's mainly about the river. She's very keen on the river. So she's really good. And there's only a little gang of us really, of half a dozen who put it on, and we get support from the weekend, and we get some students in, and we get other people who come along just to help for the weekend. And
is it a big ordeal for you guys, or is it something you're used to planning this? Is it like, when you have a week off and you kind of like you need something to do? Do you look forward to this coming around and getting your hands stuck on it?
I do look forward to it, and I think I get a buzz out of all the people who come a long way to meeting people, and I do things like I take the money when people come for the workshops, or I go and organise something, or go and help steward something. And it's great to meet the people who've come a long way, not just from Shropshire, but come from Nottingham and Derby and Bristol.
That's brilliant.
And I'm sure they have a lovely time.
Yeah. Is there anything from last year that you're going to change up for this year?
Well, last year we had this problem with the weather. There was a storm warning the week before, and the marquee company said, it's going to be a bit difficult in the square with this storm coming, and they actually cancelled on us. They said we're not coming. The weather's going to be too bad, so we had to make alternative arrangements very quickly in the shopping centre, and it seemed to work pretty well really down there. But I say we're in this large unit. If you go in the Darwin and then down one flight of stairs, it's next to Poundland, and there's a cafe next to us as well, which is handy. And it's a huge unit. It's really brilliant. It's almost like the size of the square, And as I say, we'll be self-contained there. We'll get all the support from the shopping centre and the council as well. We're using the museum as well, which is a council building. Hopefully it will be fine,
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I bet you guys as well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a few months to go yet, but there's a lot of preparation work to be done, and like selecting the cartoons and booking various facilities we need, and chairs and tables and all sorts of things like that.
It's all the logistics.
The infrastructure it has to be obtained to be able to put it on. Even the things like we've got to frame the cartoons, and then we've got to put them on the wall in the Bear Steps Gallery. That's all up to us. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't have an army of technicians who come in and do it all. It's just the committee.
So are you after volunteers, people that can help?
Well, we'd love to hear from anybody who'd like to volunteer via our website, which is shrewsburycartoonfestival.org. or our Facebook page. You can find us on the Facebook.
So if you want to get involved, guys, write in and get stuck in, because you're helping towards a good cause.
Yeah.
When it comes up, Luke, to something like this, do you get really excited, or is it kind of overwhelming for you?
No, I get really excited. Because normally, you're in your studio / bedroom, which is where I work, kind of just drawing away.
That sounds my bedroom.
Yeah, just drawing away by yourself. So to actually get out in front of people and get instant kind of feedback and meet at the other cartoonists and bounce ideas off, and just have a laugh. It's really, really, really good fun. And I was looking forward to it after it finished last year. I was already wish it was like
I can't imagine the pressure you're under. You're saying you're doing that big drawing, and there's people behind you, or people watching you doing your work. That must be like, don't mess up. There's people watching.
You can't really that's the great thing about doodling. You can't really mess up, and I'll probably mess up in every piece really, but only I can see it.
Yeah.
Spelling the word doodle.
Yeah, no, actually, I do often spell the word doodle wrong somehow. I miss out the second D. Doodle.
Is Luke doing his doodle again?
Yeah, that's why I'm not a writer.
What would you say the definition of doodle is?
Well, that's quite a controversial topic, because sometimes I don't feel like a lot of my work does have aspects to doodling, but I suppose you think of doodle as maybe drawing a small little man on your meeting notes or in your maths workbook, but the definition of doodle, I'd say it's a impromptu drawing that you don't really think about too much.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
How would you describe it, Tim?
More not planned, if you like.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yes.
Passing the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it all the time. I'll just draw random shapes on a paper, and I'll be like, oh, it looks like a windmill. I'm going to turn it into a windmill. Or something, and the next thing you know, you've got a little windmill on a post-it
I think
note.
back through my career in local government, and I worked with a number of people who continuously doodle during meetings, and you can watch their pad filling up with little things.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, well, maybe they need to do that as a part of their listening process.
I always have to do it on the phone. I don't know about anyone else, but
to be fair, I mean, all the graphics and the logos and the posters and things that I do for the Biscuit, I do by myself on a tablet.
Oh, cool.
There's a thing called PixArt. Try it, guys. It's really good. It's an app, and you can literally make whatever you like on there. You can draw on there. You can bring in pictures. You can edit them and things like that. And I love just disappearing into that. That's like my zone. And if I make something good, I'm always like, oh, it's 2:00 in the morning, but I can't share it yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I suppose a lot of my work is similar. It seems like 3 a.m. is just the time when my brain turns on, annoyingly. But
what's it like when you're like, I don't know, just getting into bed, or you're just waking up in the morning, you have an idea in your head. Have you got to get it down? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Always keep
Notepad by the bed.
Notepad by the bed. Kerry knows it. Yeah.
During the night, that's when the ideas come.
Yeah.
I think it's when the brain's sort of relaxed and you're switching off, but then it switches on.
Yeah.
And it just,
Yeah.
Do you remember we used to have years and years ago a thing called Etch-a-Sketch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was, it's actually graphite under a plastic sheet,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And you actually could create illustrations on it,
just up and down,
and
then they just wipe them off. And I don't know, do they still have that today?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's hugely popular. Yeah,
Is
I
it?
think
Yeah.
Toy Story.
I don't have one myself.
They're
but
much improved though now. They were quite grainy, weren't they?
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
big
yeah.
hexagonal spaces.
But
Yeah.
kids have all got tablets nowadays as well, and you can buy apps on there where
All
they
the
can use their
pros.
fingers just to draw
That's
things.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, you can make all sorts. You can do animations, and the only limit is your imagination, really. Is to
Do you get your friends come up to you going, draw me as Batman, draw me as this, do that for me? Do you get friends doing that all the time?
I mean, more at school. I used to really like wet break times, because I'd just sit in the class with a bit of paper and a pencil.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, draw a dinosaur or a dragon with 2 heads or something. But
I can imagine. I can imagine like a guy, dinner time in school, sat there, an easel next to him, like caricatures, £5, just make some money at dinner time. I don't know. Bloom Studios is amazing. I love this place. I hate the fact that
Thank
I've lived
you.
here for so long and I've never seen it. I've probably walked past here a million times. I'm really sorry, but I wish I'd known about it before, because this place is amazing. I love it.
It is a great space. A lot of people do say that it looks a great space from outside. When they come inside, it's so much
Blew me away.
Feels so much bigger, and we can utilise all the space, the classes, parties that we offer. It's endless, really. So
I might be in touch. I might be like, I got nowhere to record a podcast. Maybe someday.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah. Is it just you that runs this, or is it a group of people that run this?
Myself, really, myself, but with my nice Bloom team. So Lauren and Luke, and I've got some great Bloom girls.
Well,
so.
Despite the fact that I've walked past this place a million times, I just found your credit to the area, because this. It inspires people. It brings people in, and it gets them doing things with their mind.
Yes.
And I love that, because folks like Luke, start from a young age. They fall in love with art, and it starts from places like this.
Well, we love that when they come here, they are using their minds. There are no devices in sight.
Mm-hmm.
They're all put to one side. The ones that do come with them, ones they kind of get used to that they don't use them here, so they don't really bother bringing them, and they come through the door and they're already sort of talking about, what are we doing today, what are we doing tonight, and they take it so seriously, don't they? We've got little groups that really do take their projects and work really, really seriously, get very engrossed in it, and it's lovely to see.
And there's nothing more sacred than that nice picture that the kids just drawn. I know. Like my kid, nursery in school, he's always bringing back things. I got this, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But those ones, he drew me, my wife, and him the other day, and it was such a beautiful picture because he's just started. He's at that age now where he's just drawing like the actual bodies and stuff.
Yes,
like that. So he's got that stage. But he went to draw my beard because I had a beard, and he looked like one of those face huggers from Alien was eating my face. And he did this squiggly, like colourful lines. And then I said to him, "What's all these squiggly lines?" He goes, "It's rainbow wind." And I was like,
wow.
So even though I looked like I was being eaten to death, this was such a beautiful picture.
Good name for a piece of art. That. You might steal
rainbow. What would you say to youngsters that want to step away from Fortnite, step away from the cool kids, and do something creative? What would you say to them? What would your message be?
I think if you're doing something creative, you are one of the cool kids, really.
Very good answer.
Very good answer. Yeah, I kind of put that in a really bad way, to be honest, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The rebels out there that are just like,
just try everything. If there's something that even sparks your fancy, like stop motion is kind of where I used to get my old dad's old camera out and just move a little creature around the table. But anyway, things like if there's a little kind of spark of interest, just go and try it. The worst thing that can happen is
for stop motion. I think TikTok is great for that. I mean, we're talking about TikTok. It's I had to play with it before, and I'm the first time I ever used it, I did a video where I clicked and my bottle just disappeared. So you can play with like stop motion with things like that. TikTok.
There's, I'll say, like if you've, a lot of them have the tablets, but say just try anything. I'm trying to think of some words of wisdom.
I'm staring at him like, keep going, more. Like, that's quite cool of me. Well, listen, guys, this has been fantastic. I've loved this, and I'd love to do something again with you guys. Maybe one of your classes we can come by.
I was going to say, please come back and see us, and come back when because the children will they will happily adapt to this environment, and talk.
Actually, I've been thinking we're going to be covering Kids Fest. Later on in the year, and we wanted to do this sort of kids say the funniest things type podcast where we kind of ask kids what they would like at a festival or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe we could get the kids around and ask them some fun little questions and do that for Kids Festival. I thought maybe we can do it here.
An abundance of honesty.
Yeah.
You'd certainly get honest words.
Might have to take some editing. My daddy says. Well, Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I loved having you on here again.
Thank you very much.
We'll have to keep doing this. So, Luke, absolutely pleasure meeting you. I think you're an inspiration to young people. Keep doing what you're doing. Like you said, you are one of the cool kids. And Kerry, thank you for inviting me to this great space. I love it. I'm inspired myself. I love it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for the service you do to the locals. I want to say thank you to Julie and to Katie Rink as well as put this together. It's really good. And also, finally, to our sponsors. Our sponsors are Gin Different, like Julie said at the beginning of the episode. Make sure you check them out on Instagram and Facebook. They're great. That's Gin Different. And make sure you check out our website, which is the shrewsburybiscuitpodcast.co.uk. It's made by our friends at Web Orchard. We love it very much because you can play the audio directly off the website. You don't have to go onto Podbean or Spotify. But yeah, we love that. And Tim, do you want to give your website one more shout out before we end this so people can check it out?
ShrewsburyCartoonFestival.org.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for this. This has been great.
Thank you.
Take it easy, guys,
Cheers.
and peace out.